Hello and welcome to the Be Internet Legends webinar from Google and Parent Zone. Today we're going to be talking about how we're going to make your children safer and more confident explorers of their online world. Hi, I'm Jez. I'm going to be leading this session, and I've got my friend and colleague in the chat box, digitally, of course, not physically. That's Tim. We're both going to be monitoring your messages and questions and basically getting the answers you need to maybe put your mind at rest. And honestly, please do use that facility. There's no bad questions. Anything that's been playing on your mind, anything that's worrying you, jot it down in there, and I promise you one of the team will get back to you. Either I'll answer it live on here, or you get an email, and we'll make sure that you got the resources you need to put your mind at rest. A little bit of housekeeping. Hopefully the picture's all right for you. If it's a bit fuzzy, don't worry about my face. Might improve it, but basically I do need you to see the stats and the graphics that we've got around obviously my screen. So basically I can either refresh in your browser, or there's a little cog at the bottom. If you click on that, pick picture quality, and hopefully Wi-Fi permitting, that will make everything nice and clear for you. Okay, so hello everyone, nice to see you all bobbing up on there. Absolutely brilliant. Let's get started. Now, obviously, you may be a little bit worried that your children are online even more than they were before, but let's face it, who isn't? Okay, but Be Internet Legends is here to help you. Okay, don't worry if you haven't heard of us before. I'll be introducing you to the program as we go through the next half an hour. But in a nutshell, Be Internet Legends is a mix of easy things to remember about internet safety, digital well-being, and also helping to develop positive digital habits. Okay. We've been teaching this program for about 3 years now, up and down the country. Basically, it's our main aim just to create confident and safe online explorers. Okay, so at the minute, I can empathise with juggling everything. You might be juggling parenting along with working at home, along with homeschooling, along with trying to get your shopping online slot. Good luck with that. Yeah, there's a lot to take on board. But if there's anything that you can take away from this, please do. You're not alone, okay? As we can see from these stats here, 90% of learners worldwide are now out of their normal educational setting. Okay, that's 1.5 billion children around the world adapting to new ways of learning. It's a lot, obviously, but the positive in there, they are adapting. There are new ways that we're learning, and we're using tech more and more to do that. Obviously, your child then now obviously used to go online as a social thing, be able to play games, but now they're learning from there, and of course we're communicating as well on there. But Be Internet Legends is here to make sure they do all of those things, and they do it safely, okay? Now, we created this program. Basically, we used every resource we could get to make sure it ticked every box to allow teachers basically all the information that they needed to teach internet safety correctly at school. So psychologists, we had the police on board, there were children's charities that we got their advice from, as well as obviously experts in education, again, just to make sure that we had everything covered within the Be Internet Legends program. So what are we doing then to reinforce the stuff that's already been learned by your child? So obviously reminding them of the things that they should be doing online is always a good thing, especially if they learnt it at school. Normally they'd leave it at the school gate on that day, wouldn't they? And then not really apply it at home. But this is definitely a subject that we need to transfer and make sure that they're doing all the right things when they're at home as well. So we're reinforcing all the lessons that they already know, the things that they might know as well, but also helping you along the way to work with them. So we're creating some good, healthy digital habits. We've got lots of resources that we can share with you to help you do that. Now, when we created this program, basically, our research said we should focus on 5 simple but very important key points. These are the most important points that your children should remember every time that they go online. So, the Internet Legends Pledge and Code was created. Let's go through it together. 5 pillars. So, we've got Be Internet Sharp, and that's think before you share. We've got Be Internet Alert, check it's for real. The next one down is Be Internet Secure, protect your stuff. We've got Be Internet Kind, respect each other. And Be Internet Brave, when in doubt, discuss. So we'll go through the program in greater detail in just 1 second, but there we go. Sharp, alert, secure, kind, brave. This is what we've been teaching up and down schools. We'll take some questions if there is any, basically, in a little while, but I just want to kind of introduce you to the digital well-being part of the program. So at the moment, we're trying to encourage children to basically ask themselves questions and reflect on their online activity, basically, making them concentrate on how tech makes them feel, the positives and the negatives, okay? And from that, we're hoping that lessons are learned and they start to monitor themselves to get a nice balance, online and offline, and basically they're using tech properly and they're getting out what they need to. So we'll talk about digital well-being all the way through this, but yeah, it's basically getting your children to marry up the fact that they're doing something cool, they're doing something they like, they're doing something that they socialise with, they really like using their tech, but then marrying it up with actually sometimes that can affect your energy levels, how you're feeling, highs and lows, and then kind of you can manage it from there, going, maybe I shouldn't do that for so long, and hopefully that'll sort out a few online squabbles for you in the process. So, do we have any questions at the minute? Not at the moment, but fine. We've just introduced you to it. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to run through the code in greater detail, and maybe that'll ping a few questions for us. The sunshine's come out for us as well, which is why I'm getting reflected on. But there we go, working in my front. Brilliant. So here we go. So our assemblies, when we go into schools, they're set in a place called Interland, a virtual world where the internauts live. Make Internet Legend. Legend is our hero who knows exactly the right things to say and do every time they're online. And with each of our parts of the code, there's a character called an internauty. Basically, these characters are behaviour that we don't want to copy, and definitely reflective of a character we want to stay away from while we're online. In this Be Internet Sharp, we say think before you share. Our internauty over there is oversharer. Basically, oversharers share the personal of other people, okay? Other internauts in this case, and they don't care how it makes them feel. Okay, so really, really important about we think before things. A very important message is the fact that once you've shared something, we cannot always be in control of how many people will see it. Okay, very important, because obviously it can get forwarded on, or it can get screenshotted, and then it can be seen in places you didn't expect. So important to remember what information we're sharing. So at home, obviously parents, we can start having the conversations about what information you think is right and wrong to basically be shared. It normally falls into about 3 categories. Obviously, what would you share with your family, what would you share with family and friends, and what is okay to be shared in a public domain. Okay, and then once you start having these questions and discussions, obviously it becomes muscle memory and it becomes good practice. So yeah, if you start those conversations off remembering, obviously it's got to be careful with, well, basically it's all about managing your privacy and all your personal information online. Next up in the code, Be Internet Alert, check it's for real, okay, because we've got to be wary of phishers, all right? Phishers fish for your personal information, okay? I love this one because basically we're trying to create an army of detectives that go on and think, every time they go online, they think critically, they're looking for clues and signs to see that something might be misleading, something might be a scam. Obviously, fake news is big at the moment. Obviously, challenging the information that they're seeing, maybe cross-referencing it with something else to see if it's true. Those are the sorts of people we want as legends, okay? And that way, then they'll make the right decisions. And again, also through these processes, if they've ever got any doubt or they're worried about doing something, they don't do it until they check with their trusted adults. We say that all the time. So don't just click on a link and then worry about it. Basically come to you and then you can problem solve together. So that's check it's for real, which, like I say, thinking critically and always talking to you if they're worried. Right, okay, let's move on to Be Internet Secure. Protect your stuff. Sorry, just checking if there's any questions come in. Nope, right. So Be Internet Secure, protect your stuff. In this case, the internauty there is hacker. Hacker's always trying to steal our personal information and get into our personal accounts, basically. So within the assembly, we always talk about making sure your tech is set up properly on your phones, on your devices. Basically, there's always screens that will be your first level of defense. Get those set up so basically no one can just go on there, go straight into your phone and find out all about you. We spend quite a bit of time explaining how to create a strong password, okay? So fundamentally, a strong password needs to be 8 characters or more. It needs to be a mix of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers and symbols. And once you've got a strong password, we say you never ever share it. It's really important. As important as being creating a strong password that you remember as well, because obviously there's nothing more frustrating than forgetting your password. And of course, we do suggest that you have a different password for every account you have. All right, you wouldn't just have one key for everything that you own. All right, just be safe and get on there. And do some passwords. Like I say, we'll give you some resources so you can have a go at home and have a play around with them to work out what good passwords, strong passwords. Where's the song going to? Oh, sorry, I'm getting blurred out. Be internet kind, respect each other. Oh, it's nice to be nice. It's easy to be nice. Let's have a bit more kind, please. So our internet legends, basically, we're teaching them to respect each other. This is quite important because one thing within this, basically, we're trying to tell them, basically, about kind of communicating, basically, online is completely different to communicating face-to-face. Okay, you could type a message at home, send it to your friend. They could read a completely different meaning to it. It might upset them by accident, okay, and that's not what we mean. So in this time, every time you send a message, basically think about who may get hurt, what may happen. Would I like someone to say that or do that to me? And of course, if the answer is no to that, you simply don't post it, okay? So, yeah, be internet kind. We're just looking for fun and positive ways in which we can basically communicate with our friends and our family. And I'm sure you're doing lovely things at home on all your devices with video calls and stuff like that anyway. So, we're practicing very hard with that one. And lastly, but not leastly, basically this is one of the messages, again, we hammer home all the time. Be internet brave. When in doubt, discuss. Now, it's really important for us to basically give your child the room and basically the confidence to be able to come and discuss what it is that they're seeing, something that might be troubling them. Really important. They know they love you love them, you're your parents, but it's very important to kind of keep repeating, basically, that they can come and speak to you about anything. Something that I've had to police myself, and I'll share this with you. Basically, my daughter watches YouTube channel, and I'll have to say a few of the things that she watches. Hopefully she can't hear. I don't like listening to them. They annoy me. But I found that if I basically either poked fun at it or said that I didn't like it, basically that would shut an opportunity down, because if she saw something on there, she wouldn't come to me, because basically I wouldn't take it seriously because I didn't like it. So maybe you might have had some chats with your kids and had some arguments about how long they were online and screen time usage and things like that. But just obviously try and maintain a positive, active role within what they're doing, show interest. I know it's tricky sometimes as they want it to be their space, but really, really important that we show that they can basically come to us and talk to us about anything, because obviously if they've seen something that they know they shouldn't have seen and they might get in trouble for, they might not want to come to you. But again, at every point, it might be embarrassing, it might be difficult to explain, but that's why we call it being brave. So we put it in there, basically, say every time, please talk about any problems that you're having, and then we can sort them out together. So there we go. That was internet. Well, that's the code, basically. In a nutshell, a little brief tour. Listen, we've got lots of resources that we're going to share with you. Okay, let me check the time on this. Right, zipping through. It's exciting. I'm enjoying this. First time I've worked in a few weeks, so it's good. Yeah, lots of resources that we're going to be sharing with you. But if we can just track back to digital well-being, it's really important that we keep an eye, obviously, on our children. It's really important that we encourage them to talk about how they're using tech, make them explore how tech makes them feel. Again, something that's a positive in their lives, like obviously meeting up with friends online and playing games that they love. It's really important that they marry it together with the sorts of different emotions that they have. Obviously, if you finish a level that's really tricky or you beat your friend, elation. If you don't beat your friend and can't do the level, you might be aggravated, you might be frustrated and angry. If you spend too long doing one thing in a dark room, maybe lethargy and tiredness and things like this can overwhelm us. But it's important that they start talking about it. One thing that you can do on this, basically, is check in with them on a daily basis, make it a routine. Ask them what they've been seeing, ask them what they've learned. Again, this could take a little bit of time getting into routine, but they'll be used to their teachers asking them what's been happening online. And again, I know talking to teachers and talking to their parents is two different things, but if you kind of make it a daily routine, it'll slowly sink in and become muscle memory for everyone involved. It's important, obviously, if they're showing you what they've seen and things like that, questions that then, therefore, you go basically back to, again, with social media, just going through, pictures that they've seen, how they make them feel. Are they comparing themselves to those people? Why have the people taken those pictures? Is it advertising? Talking, like, again, critically looking at why these pictures have been posted, how long it would take to take those pictures. Because there is research to say that obviously looking through social media and comparing yourself can lower your self-esteem, okay? However, when we're talking digital well-being, there is no research out there to say how long your child should be online or offline for, okay? It's completely individual, it's completely how it works as a family dynamic for yourselves to create around that, and basically how they're using it. So maybe one thing that you could take forward from here is get your child to actually do a tech diary about what they did, how they felt, and then therefore they look at it and say, have I got a healthy balance within my online time and also with my offline time? And then therefore we start getting kind of really positive and healthy digital habits involved there as well. I've got any questions? Not that I can see. Right, okay, cool. Lovely that there's chat going on. Obviously, we've got a team behind us as well. So, listen, if I do miss any questions, please put them on there anyway. But I won't, the whole team won't miss them, all right? We'll make sure we get you the question answered and get you all the resources that you need as well. But nice to see everyone popping up on there. Hello and welcome. Thank you very much for being with us. Right, I've only got about I've got quite a while. Sorry. Doing all this, I can't even read the time, which is cool. So yeah, digital well-being, really, really important. It's about opening up the conversations, making it a daily routine, again, involving yourself within what they're doing in a positive way, and so that we can all know what's going on and deal with everything positively. So a bit of a whistle-stop tour of the Internet Legends code. Hope that's all right. But listen, I know that obviously we're on here and we want to help you, okay? Fitting another thing on top of everything that you're already doing might seem like a bridge too far, but the Internet Legends is here to help you, so please, please use the resources. Once you've used the resources, let us know how you felt about them, okay? Also share them with like-minded parents so they can have them too, all right? They're there, they're free, they're for you to be used. And obviously we've got some activities that I want to share with you as well that you can help do that. The first of which is this. So we set the assemblies in Interland, the virtual world, but this is the game that we've created, we're very proud of, and basically kids and adults have fun playing. It is quite tricky. You will get frustrated, which might be an interesting little lesson in there, obviously about mental well-being, how tech makes you feel when you frustration because you can't do mindful mountain because the mirrors keep firing your question or your message to the wrong person. I think that's just what I do on there. But basically, Interland, play this game for us. Basically, you would be playing as Legend. All right, you go through all the different levels with the tips and tricks that we give you about internet safety. It will question you at every point. Get the questions right. You stay away from the internaughties. All right, gets very tense a couple of times. But get on there, have some fun with that. And again, we'll give you the link to this game so you can find it, play it, and again, please share it, share the love, get it out there and get everyone playing it. And again, it will just help to reinforce those messages that, yeah, your children already know. It's just really important we don't get complacent, especially now that we're online so much. So get on there and play Interland and let us know how you get on. So again, I spoke about energy and lethargy and things like that. But if you do have the energy after doing everything that you're doing already as a parent, bless you, keep going. We'll get through this together. We've got some family activities for you. Again, just these are with the curriculum. So basically, Internet Legends, I missed this part based at the front. The Internet Legends is a curriculum pack. It was the first one that was credited by PSHE, again, which we're very proud of. Within that pack, that's what goes into school. The Assembly introduces it, and then they roll out the Internet Safety program alongside of that. So within that pack, there's lots of kind of role plays and different scenarios to help kind of trigger the conversations that you should be having at home. And basically on the Internet Legends website, we've got those for family activities as well. So you'll be getting what the teachers get in effect and have the conversations at dinner time or roll them out. And basically, well, as we know, every day is a school day for all of us. We're all learning in these tricky times. So we've got those for you as well. Let's get on here. So yeah, there's the code again. So basically, sharp, alert, secure, kind, brave, all the things that your children need to remember every time that they go online. Lots of activities, lots of resources. I know it's really tricky keeping your children entertained and educated at the same time as obviously working and dealing with communicating and obviously taking care of loved ones, making sure you're still in touch, okay? But again, please use every resource that we've got available for you to be able to do that and make sure that everyone's doing it safely. Do we have any questions? Obviously, we've just seen that one's been already answered. That's cool. Team are on it. I like it. Don't worry if you haven't got any questions at this point. Obviously, if anything triggers once the webinar's over, basically I'll give you an email address that you can get in contact to one of the legends that we've got in HQ, and basically they will make sure again that you get answered. No question will be unanswered, all right? And like we said before, there is no bad question. As a parent, you worry, so it's fine, not a problem. Let us know what you're worried about. We've got articles that you could read to help you put your mind at rest, and we've definitely got answers for your questions. Okay, so make sure you get in touch with us. And there it is. There is the email address, okay? legends@parentzone.org.uk. So basically anything that's worrying you, if you want to just give us some feedback on Interland playing it, please, legends@parentzone.org.uk. We'd love to hear from you. Use that, but g.co/Be Internet Legends. That is the link that's going to take you through to the Be Internet Legends website, where you will find Interland, so you can go and play it with your family. Let us know who got the top score. That would be cool. Also, all the activities as well that's going to help you basically have the armory to be able to instigate these discussions and help make a routine at home. So internet safety is just an everyday kind of discussion. And basically, we really sincerely hope this helps. Okay, let us know how you're getting on. Get in touch, obviously, if you're struggling with anything. And obviously, we'll endeavour to make sure that your questions are answered. Team's still on there. Ages, thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome, Jihan. No, bless you. Thank you very much. That's very nice. I'm glad I looked down there. It's going to finish. You're more than welcome. Please keep your eyes open. A few more webinars that we're going on later on, and loads of more resources that we're rolling out over the coming weeks again. We're going to try and keep it a constant. We want to be a constant in your lives. Again, making sure that all your children are safer and become more confident online. Take care of yourselves. Lots of love. Keep your heads up, we get through this, but for now, thank you very much for joining us here on the Be Internet Legends webinar from Google and Parent Zone. Thank you very much indeed. Take care.